Hi, this is Amy from Revolutionary Chicken. So we're going to talk today about waterers and specifically how to prevent algae growth in waterers. And I have sold hundreds of waterers over the past 3-ish years. And so I have a lot of experience with waterers, but I still have some questions about algae growth. And so today we are going to start an experiment to get those answers. So here are my questions. I've got 4 questions. Number 1, this is kind of like a new water that I tried in the fall. It has thick walls, but it's still white. And I know white 5-gallon buckets allow algae to grow inside. So I'm not really sure if algae will grow in these waterers. You can find these on my website, revolutionarychicken.com. Although the ones I sell they look like this, but they're a little bit bigger. They're 5.3 gallon, and this is a 4-gallon water. Also, before I continue, on my website, revolutionarychicken.com, I also sell, these are DIY, they're DIY cooler water conversion kits. And with this one, you won't get any algae growth because the sunlight cannot get in at all. So to turn any 5-gallon cooler into a chicken water. And then I will be selling these depending on my supply if I'm able to, but these are 16-gallon chicken waterers, and I also will have matching feeders, and boy, it will hold a lot of water and no algae will get in because no sunlight can get in. Okay, but going back to our experiment. So I have 6 4-gallon buckets, and what I want to know is, number 1, will it grow algae? Number 2, how much will sunlight affect the algae growth? So yeah, I'm going to put some in the shade and some in the sun, and we'll find out how much sunlight will change that. Okay, number 3, I've heard that apple cider vinegar will prevent algae growth, and about 1 tablespoon per gallon. But I would like to know, is that enough? Or if I put in a little bit less, will it still prevent it? So there's that. And then the 4th question I have is, what do the chickens think about all this? Right? Do they hate vinegar tasting water? I think I would. So we're gonna weigh them after and see what the chickens think, right? Isn't that important? It is for me. Anyway, I love my girls. But so we're gonna put these 3, these are gonna be in the shade, and I have them labeled 0, so 0 apple cider vinegar in this one, 1, and I've got these little cups. This has 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar for the 4-gallon bucket. Then this is 4, so this will be 4 tablespoons apple cider vinegar in the 4-gallon bucket. So these will all be in the run, and that's in the shade. Then these 3 buckets, they don't really have, the chickens can't drink from them, but I will put these in the sun, and the same thing, 0 apple cider vinegar, 1 tablespoon, and 4 tablespoons. That way I can see exactly what difference the apple cider vinegar makes, what difference the sun makes, and if the chickens even like it. So we'll find out. If you like videos like this, make sure and subscribe, because I think of ways that I can help you raise your backyard chickens. And so make sure and subscribe, because I have a whole lot of ideas to help you raise your backyard chickens. Okay, so we're back. This is about 2 weeks later, like 15 days. And I put the 4-gallon buckets right here. It gets full sun. This is the most sun I get in my yard. And we're just gonna check here, see about algae, see if what they look like. Okay, so the first I'm gonna do, this is the 0, okay? No algae. It looks very good. It looks very clean. So I'm guessing maybe, I know I would get algae in my 5-gallon buckets, the regular 5-gallon buckets that you buy, and I think it's because maybe the plastic is thin and it lets in the sunlight more than this one. This plastic is just a little bit thicker, so maybe that does the job. I'm going to keep it out here, and we're in the middle of June right now, so keep it out and see how it goes. Okay, so this one is This one had the 1 teaspoon of apple cider vinegar. If you can see in here, there looks like there's a little bit of mold growing in here. There's some floating pieces of mold right here on the edges. There's some black spots on the bottom there, floating on the top, and the water is kind of a yellowish color. So compare it with this one. Okay, look at that, and look at this. Like, wow. So this does not look appetizing. Okay, now look at this one. This one is the 4 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar. Oh my goodness. This is what they recommend, a tablespoon per gallon. So this is 4 tablespoons. Look at that. That looks disgusting. It shocked me. I was like, what are we giving to our chickens? This is the wisdom. This is what they tell you to put in your chicken's water. I'm not making it. I told people to put this in chicken's water. I'm shocked. I am literally shocked. Okay, so we're gonna go to my chicken run now and see what the chickens decided, if they had any sort of preference. Okay, so we are in my chicken run and we're gonna look at these. Okay, this is the 0. Okay, here we go. Yeah, this looks like clean water, no algae. Okay, and then I'm gonna go over here. Here's the 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar. Okay, yeah, that looks kind of skanky. Kind of yellowish, and there's like a film. It looks like there's yucky stuff in there. Okay, and now I'm gonna go over to the 4 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar. These are the same size, the base is just a little bit lower. Okay, yeah, this is disgusting. Look at that. Look at that. These are brand new buckets. So the mold didn't come from the bucket or anything that was in it before. Okay, so now look at this. Between the 0, I'm gonna show you, see if you can get this at the same time. Between the 0 and the 4, the water on the 0 is much, much lower than the water on the 4. And they're right next to each other. And so, you know what? The chickens have spoken. They do not like water with, maybe it's they don't like it with apple cider vinegar, maybe they don't like it with mold. I don't know the difference, but honestly, I don't want my chickens to drink this water with mold in it, right? I mean, how could they not get sick? Or I think they could get sick. So, I'm gonna continue this experiment because some of you are saying, yes, but maybe you didn't use the right kind of apple cider vinegar. So I used regular, it said apple cider vinegar unfiltered with mother, but it wasn't Bragg's. And I know Bragg's is like what everybody loves. So I'm gonna go buy some Bragg's apple cider vinegar. We're gonna do it again. It seems like my buckets are algae free, so, you know, that's a good thing. So all I'm saying is I'm gonna go a little bit further with this, get some of those regular white buckets that everybody has trouble with algae with. I'm gonna put them in the sun. I'll put some of the Bragg's apple cider vinegar in it, and we'll go from there.